now come and hang out at the King's Lounge, located right next to the buffet and directly opposite the poker arena, to try out some of the best shisha in all of Europe. For those of you that aren't aware, shisha is a steamed instrument that's used to vaporize and then smoke flavored tobacco. After a long day of playing at the poker tables, for me personally, this is the perfect way to unwind and relax in comfort and luxury. So why don't you come and check out the King's Lounge? Cut.
This October, the biggest poker event in Europe is coming back to King's Resort. 15 gold bracelets, the biggest poker names, 12 million euros guaranteed.
Will the aces hold? They will!
And it is an 8! Josef Gulash Jr., the car salesman from the Czech Republic, is the World Series of Poker Europe main event champion. Go figure.
Become the next WSOP Europe champion. Check the full schedule and book your stay now at kingsresort.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 2 of the Benelux Classics, live from the King's Resort in Rozvadov. In seat 2 from the Netherlands, we have Richard van Eed. Seat 3 from Poland, Mikhail Koniskiewicz. Seat 4, Andreina van Vokum. Seat 5, Jochen Mays. Seat 6, Vladislav Dikin. Seat 7, Tobias Huss. Seat 8, Beedit Partapsing. And seat 9, from France, we have Naguib Raji. My name is Dan Rankin. I will be your host and commentator for the Benelux Classics 2022, live from the King's Resort in Rozvadov. Delighted to be joined with you all once again. Hope you are all well this evening. Just waiting for the action to get underway. This was a €250 buy-in. And absolutely smashed the numbers once again. $1,345 runners. You can see in the top right hand corner of your screen there are 65 players remaining. You can see in the lower right hand corner of your screen the blinds are 20k and 40k, with a 40k big blind running ante. This prize pool had a guarantee of €300,000. The first prize of the Benelux Classics will be €44,800. And first, second, third and fourth finishers in the Benelux Classics will all receive a €10,350 World Series of Poker Europe main event ticket. Hope you're all very well this evening, and hello to some of you in the Twitch chat. All players now guaranteed a minimum of €674. Round to Jochen Mays from the small blind. 10-7 offsuit. Will raise to 3 times the big blind to 120k. And for Vladislav Sidikin, ace-4 offsuit in the big blind. Decision on whether to call or rejam all in. Don't really think he will be folding. Decides to call for 80k more. The flop, ace, queen, 5, 2 spades. Top pair for Sidikin. Mays, however, putting a bet together. Will bet 70k. Vladislav with the decision to just call or go all in or raise. Decides to just call for 70k. We will see the turn. Turn coming the 6 of clubs. Mays checking. Now the decision on Vlad. 420k in the middle. He will check behind. We'll go to the river. The river coming the 8 of clubs. Mays checking, waving the white flag. Vlad contemplating on how much to bet. Would like to see him bet in the range of about half pot. Around 250k. Goes for 350. Going to rep a missed flush draw, missed straight draw. Wow, I was not expecting this. Mays deciding that his opponent has a busted straight or flush draw. Certainly Seems that way. Putting the pressure back on Vlad. Mays thinking there's no way Vlad would just flatten the big blind with in or around 20 big blinds with an ace. This is a crazy move by Mays, but it screams strength to Vlad. Vlad having put in 350k already with just 355k more to call. A crazy first hand here. Very interesting move by Mays. If you're in Vlad's shoes, you're in a world of hurt here. You've called the flop, you've checked back the turn, you've bet 3/4 of the pot on the river, and it's going to work. Wow. What a move from Mays. Very interesting hand to get things underway. Did have the 7 blocker blocking straights. Not familiar with this player, however, he has my attention right off the bat. We are running a special promo just for the stream viewers on Twitch. Use the code STREAM10. Get 10% off your order at the King's shop. So you can dress like a king. You can find all the information about the King's Resort on the King's Resort website, www.kingsresort.com. The card Van Ede from early position, ace 3 clubs. We'll get the pocket 5s of Mikel to fold. We'll get the defend from Tobias. The flop will come Queen 7-3. Both players flopping a pair. Tobias with a middle pair from the big blind. Leading into Ricard. A bet of 70k and a call. Turn giving Tobias trips now. Checking over to his opponent, who checks back to see the river. The river is the deuce of hearts. We'll just go check, check. Tobias taking that one down. The average stack just over 1 million. 62 players remaining. Raji raising under the gun with ace 3 of diamonds. And Van Verkum from the hijack calling king jack of spades. Which will open the door up for Vlad. Moving all in with pocket eights for 335k. The king jack of spades getting a great price here. We'll call the additional 250k. And we will be off to the races. And the 8 flopping a set. The pocket 8s flopping huge on this board. The king jack of spades dead on the turn. No, there was no spade on the flop. So our opponent was actually dead on the flop. No runner. We have been seeing a lot of runners in the King's Resort as of late. If you are new to the stream, you are watching the Benelux Classics live from the King's Resort in Rozvadov. Hello to you, Johan. I hope you are well, sir. Back to the action. Mikel, ace king of clubs, moving all in, 600k from early position. The problem with just jamming for 15 big blinds here is we don't allow our opponents to reshove. And a lot of weaker hands are just going to fold that we would like to call. Hard to get action, and most times we are just going to take down the blinds and antes. Ricard, ace king off suit, under the gun. will raise to 85k. Mays, after we see him do that amazing jam on the river over his opponent's bet. Ace queen offsuit. With the 3-bet to 240k. The action will be back on the ace-king offsuit. Most likely we'll just see him move all in. Playing a little over 30 big blinds. Does deliberate for a moment before moving all in for 1.4 million. Johan Mays quickly folding the ace queen. See an update of the chip counts. Our short stack with 3 big blinds. Our chip leader out in front with 56 is Tobias. Few of our stacks shorter than 20 big blinds. Few of our stacks in and around that 40 to 45 big blind range. $60 players now remaining. The average stack 1.1 million. All in the call for little over 3 big blinds. Ace queen for Verkum. Card Jack 8 offsuit. The flop is King Jack 3, 2 clubs. Pair for the card. From Verkum, needing help. Turn, the 6 of hearts does not help. And it's the ace queen that's in trouble. The river coming to 6 of clubs will eliminate Van Verkum. Not much she could do. Lost her flip against the pocket eights with her king jack of spades, was running on fumes. Got it in good to get her back into the game. No luck. Vlad, early position, queen eight of diamonds, playing just over 21 big blinds. Raji calling the cut-off, ace-jack offsuit. And our new player at the table, Samir Zdanovic, with ace-9 of clubs. Will call also. Flop is queen, jack, 3. Piece for the ace jack. However, Vlad out flopping his opponents with queen 8 of diamonds, top pair, some backdoor flush draws and straight draw possibilities. Turn coming the 9 of hearts, giving the nut flush draw now to Raji. A pair to Samir, but it's not looking too good on that board. Vlad with a straight draw of his own. Bet of 90k from Vlad. A call from the ace jack. Over a $500,000 in this pot as we head to the river. The river is the 9 of spades. The bet. Graphics has gone backwards for a moment. We are having a small technical issue for the moment. We are without the graphics. Bear with us and we will have that fixed as soon as possible. Hello to Ivan. Good to see you back to join us once more, buddy. Hope you are well. We will have the graphics fixed momentarily. Don't be going anywhere. We are just getting started here. Big event yet again taking place in Rozvadov, the King's Resort. Astonishing payouts for a €250 buy-in. All players guaranteed €674. The flop 4 deuce deuce. Blind v blind battle once more. Goes check check and the turn, the 4 of clubs. Johem checking once more. And this will be a chop pot if it goes to showdown. Johem betting the minimum. One blind, 40k. Hello to KM. Hope you're well. Good to see you back. You're just in time. Come on in, the water's lovely. as we move on to the next hand. Pertap Singh, Ace Jack offsuit, under the gun. Raising a full 3 times the big blind. The card in the hijack lets Ace 10 offsuit go. Update of the chip counts. Not too much has changed. 3 of our stacks between 40 and 50 big blinds. Tobias out in front of 54. Then our other 4 stacks at the table under 30 big blinds. The short stack rounding out in 16. Yeah, I'm alright, KM. Not a bother on me, kid. 54 players remaining now. Ace Queen offsuit on the button for Vlad. Will raise the minimum. Tobias calling in the small blind with King Queen offsuit. Giving the big blind a great price, coming along with 9-8 offsuit. The flop is 4-3 deuce, 2 diamonds. Straight draw for Vlad. Goes check, 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 and the turn is the 7 of spades. 2 flush draws on board now, but no one has any of them. Tobias taking the initiative here, betting with King of Diamonds, Queen of Clubs. Vlad getting a good price to see the river. Will call. River deuce of spades. Sias knows he can't win by checking. We'll bet 130k. This bet size is fine. The only problem is Vlad getting good odds to call, even with a hand like ace high. However, the spade flush has come in. It has paired the board, and calling from the small blind, you should have quite a condensed range for the most part. It does not play down to the winner today. I am your host and commentator for today and tomorrow. I expect we will have a long day tomorrow, as is tradition. We will play down to 24 players tonight. And then from there, tomorrow, we will start at the usual time, 2:30. and we will play until we have crowned a champion. This time it's the Benelux Classics. Once again, astonishing numbers, especially for such a small buy-in. This time the buy-in only €250, generating a huge prize pool. The guarantee was €300,000. The winner of the Benelux Classics tomorrow will take home €44,800. And the 3-bet coming from the ladies on the button to 205,000. The initial raise coming from the cutoff from the King Deuce of Spades. The action now over to the Ace-9 offsuit in the small blind. So I suspect we will see him let this go. And now pocket eights in the big blind for Raji. A good spot for him to go all in if he believes the bias on the button will be 3-betting light enough. The problem is the raise is coming from a stack of less than 15 big blinds from the cutoff, but he does decide to go for it. We are going to have an all in the call here. I can't see Tobias getting away from the two ladies. He will call 2.4 million in this pot. And the flop is 7-5-5. And Raji, big trouble now for the pocket eights. Going to need some help on this turn of river. That is not one of them. The third lady for Tobias on the turn. We'll see him get 1.3 million richer. Around Johan. King, Queen of Hearts. "51 players remaining now from a starting field of 1,345. And Pratap Singh calling on the button with ace-5 offsuit. Flop 9, 7, 4, 1 heart. A check from Johan. A bet from Pratap Singh. And I actually think it would be really creative and funky to raise here. If we're Johan, we've got backdoor hearts, backdoor straight draws. The problem is the ace-5 offsuit has made a relatively large bet. Surprised to not see Johan bet on the flop himself. Round to the hijack. Tobias with the 8-7 offsuit. Has raised to 105k. Another card defending in the big blind. The flop coming Queen 7-4. Little pair for Tobias. Trips now for Haas. And the bet of 180k coming on this turn. Be very tough for the card to defend with ace-8 offsuit. We have a new player at the table, Dagobert. 50 players remaining. The average stack now 1.3 million. All players now guaranteed €787. The pocket fours moving all in from under the gun as the blinds have just gone up to 25k for the small blind, 50k for the big blind, with a 50k running big blind ante. As you can see in front of your screen, the Cowboys are here for Vlad, playing just 10 big blinds, 505k. He will move all in over the top of the under the gun shove. The flop is going to be 6, 8, deuce, 2 spades, no help to the pocket fours. Running spades working, however. The turn coming the 8 of hearts. Just a 4 now and a 4 only. And the river, the ace of clubs. We have another elimination. Actually, Dagobert will be left with fumes here. Big double up for that man with his pocket kings. Forty-seven players now remaining. We won't have another pay jump until 44th place. Perhaps singing the hijack, King 10 off suit. Johan asking how much Parthiv Singh is playing. Has a very defendable 9-8 of clubs, and the big blind will call 100k more. We will see the flop, which is Queen 4, 3, 2 spades. There are 47 players remaining. There was 1,345. You are watching us deep into day 2 of the Benelux Classics, live from the King's Resort in Rozvadov. Update of the chip counts. Haas 78 big blinds, almost 4 million. Small stack Mikel 11 big blinds, 575k, and everything in between. There was some technical difficulties. If there is a discrepancy with how much chips people have in front of them, will be corrected as soon as possible. Our apologies. We've had another elimination, so 46 players now remaining. Meanwhile, the pocket sevens of Mikel goes all in from the button. Johan Mays, his turn now for the pocket kings, playing 1.5 million in the small. Those orange chips you see are 5,000, the green chips are 25,000, and those white chips are all 100k each. We can only have the information of the feature table. The flop is ace, king, 8. And that's it. Bing, bang, boom. We have another elimination. We are now down to 45 players. With a small jump coming for the next person eliminated. From the next person eliminated, should I say. Down to Ricard, the cut-off, ace-3 offsuit. Raising to 110k. Another elimination. We have 44 players remaining now. All players now guaranteed €928. We are 20 players away from the conclusion of day 2. We are running a special promo just for the stream viewers. Go on to the King's shop on the website www.kingsresort.com. Use the code STREAM10 to get 10% off your order on the merchandise store. You can dress like a king. Call from Johan on the button with King Queen offsuit. Tobias likes his odds with 10 deuce of clubs, can't blame him. Calls. Flop coming, Jack, 6, 3, 1 club. Pair of trees for Ricard. Backdoor for Tobias. Holding 2 clubs in his hand. And Johan, backdoor. Straight draw, possibility. But not much in it for him. For this kind of a sizing and this kind of a price, I would have rather he seen a turn than fold, but having said that, leading into 2 players has to look strong. And we do have very little there with just king high. Raise from the pocket sixes from the hijack. Call from Tobias in the small blind with king seven of clubs. Flop coming queen jack 5, rainbow. Not much in it for anyone really. The card still in the lead with sixes. Flush draw now for Tobias. So it is Pratap Singh, who was bet 275k. Tobias most likely going to see a river with his flush draw. Does call, and the river is the 10 of hearts. Tobias leading into his opponent for the same bet that was put before him on the turn. Looks like we have some new players at our table, always exciting. Tobias now way out in the lead. I'm unsure if the chip counts are correct yet. Things are just heating up here. Players will have been playing a long 2 days at this point. The pocket tens calling on the button from the early position raise. 110k is the bet. Artapstein getting a great price in the small blind, calling with jack 9 of spades. We will see a flop 3 ways. Queen 9 5 2 diamonds. Pair of 9s for the jack 9. Tobias still out in front with pocket 10s. Does decide to pot control. We go 3 ways to the turn. Check from Partap Singh. There's a card with a flush, straight draw now. However, Tobias holds the cards that he needs. 140k. This isn't looking good for the 10s. The 10s will get out of the way. Partap Singh wanting to see a river. We'll call the 140k. The river is the 6 of hearts. Partap Singh checking over to Ricard. Ricard most likely having to bluff this one. Scary looking board. But he does block the straight. He does have ace high. Surely ace high is no good on this board. He wants to try to get his opponent off a 9 or a queen. A hand exactly like the one Partap Singh has. He is reaching. I'd like to see him bet somewhere in the region of 420k. No less than 350. $410k. I was 10k away. Very close. And now for Partap Singh. He blocks straights. He does have a pair of 9s. But he loses to any queen, loses to any king, any straight. He looks to be a non-believer. Does find a fold. Nice play by Ricard. Johan picking up pocket kings once more, this time from early position. Hello Bird, nice to see you joining us. Upcoming ace, queen, jack. Turn coming to 7 of diamonds. Royal flush draw. Move the 10 of hearts. Doesn't get it. Still out in front. Perhaps now it's time. Try to get a little bit of value. However, he now loses to a queen also. We check to try and induce a bluff from our opponent is best with our pocket kings. Don't see a jack calling us much. Be a really small bet. He has gone for a tiny bet, yeah, 50k. That sounds about right. Will call. See what his opponent has. And Bird, yeah, he did call on the turn and fold on that river, because oftentimes our opponent would bet on the turn and then just check behind on the river. We block straights, therefore calling one, try hit a straight ourselves, two pair, get our opponent to shut down. Tough to call that river. I do understand where you're coming from. It was a blank. Pocket deuces will take that one down. The average stack now 1.6 million. Pertapsing ace queen of hearts from the hijack. Raising to 175k. And Samir deciding to gamble for all of his biscuits here with pocket deuces. Will get quickly called by Partap Singh. We'll see the good news for the deuces that he is not dominated. Fair fight this one. Partap Singh, the one behind. The deuce is needing to hold, and the deuce is not looking pretty on that flop of ace, ace, six, two diamonds. The turn coming, the king of hearts. The river, the deuce. Wow, a wee wah. Was not expecting that. Always a surprise around the corner. The King's Resort. Samir smashing that river, giving him a full house and a double up. Goes around to Partap Singh with pocket sevens. Raising to 175k. Little card on the button, Queen Jack of Hearts. We'll call. And look at this for our new player at the table, Erwin Wilkins. Hello, Pocket Rockets. Three betting to 525k. It looks like Partap Singh is calling. And Wilkins, with not much behind, 565k behind. Wilkins shoving, Partap Singh calling. This pot got out of control real quick. Pocket sevens way behind. They do have a straight draw, however. Leading at 4. Turn coming a jack of spades, no good. 90% now for the aces. Just 10% for the pocket sevens. The river is the 8 of hearts. Partap Singh will be our 40th place finisher. Big payday there for the pocket aces. Big smile on his face. Erwin Wilkins, great start. The average stack now, 1.7 million, 39 players remaining. Vlad raising to 105k from under the gun. Ricard, ace-9 of diamonds in the cutoff. The remaining players in the top right hand corner of your screen. You can see there is 39 players remaining from a starting field of 1,345. The raise from Vlad, the call from Erwin, ace queen for Vlad. Erwin on the button, pocket eights. We will see a flop. We are on a delay, a 30-minute delay. You can find out more information on the Kings Resort website at www.kingsresort.com for update on the payouts, how many players are remaining, and a list of those players. However, we do not like spoilers in the chat, so keep that information to yourself, please. Meanwhile, the river for Erwin is giving him a straight. A check from Vlad. Erwin going to have to go for some value. 225k is the bet. Problem is, Vlad has absolutely nothing. And the ace queen will get out of the way. Erwin having a great time since he got moved to our table. That's no problem. IRS, Kariba. I heard there was a great turnout in Dundalk indeed. An update of the chip counts now. Ash out in front by one big blind, 77 bigs. If the chip counts are correct, our small stack is Camille, also a new player at this table. And all the variations of chip stacks in between that 20 to 40 big blind range. Bias raising under the gun, King 7 of diamonds to 155k. And look at this, Erwin picking up the rockets again. I can't believe this. from the cutoff. What a time to be alive for Wilkins. 3-bet. I like this sizing. Smaller this time. In position, 425k. Just a small little bit under 3x. Pocket tens of Johan. With the decision. Could just call. Can 3-bet also. Both options are fine. As long as he's not folding. Just a call from the pocket tens. This is a really, really nice spot for Vlad to squeeze with ace queen of diamonds. Does go all in for 1.2 million. Does call with the pocket tens, and this is going to be a big flip and a big moment for both players. Pocket tens of Johan. The ace queen of diamonds for Vlad. It's a fair fight once more. Flop, ace queen jack, 1 diamond. Big flop for Vlad. Johan eating a king. Turn 7 of diamonds, no good for Johan. The river, the 5 of diamonds, giving the ace queen of diamonds the nut flush. Johan will have to pay the man 1.2 million. Date of the chip counts. Camille 10 bigs as our short stack. Ash out in front with 77. And everything in between. Man of the hour so far has to be Irwin. Running hot. You're all in from Samir under the gun, ace king off suit. You can see the small blind is now 30k, the big blind 60k with a 60k running big blind ante. Raised to 155k from Tobias on the button with 8-7 of spades. And Samir all in from the big blind with jacks. $730k more for Tobias to call. He does call. Big pot here. Haas with the 8-7 of spades. Samir pocket jacks. Flop king 10 deuce. Two hearts. No help at all to the 8-7. Jacks in for a treat and a big double up. .38 players now remaining. Johan with the Queen 9 of spades. Just under a million. Min raising to 120k. Around to Ricard. Pocket rocket. Now, if I'm Ricard, the raise has come from early position from Johan. However, I think there's no harm in just defending here from the big blind. Let our opponent hang themselves. Decides to 3-bet to 325k. We'll get Ricard to just fold, or Johan to fold his Queen 9 of spades quickly. Thirty-six players now remaining. Biased with a limp in the hijack, King Jack of spades. Flop is ace, 4, 3, rainbow. No one really with anything here. Bias looking like he has the initiative. We'll take that one down. Johan under the gun, King, Queen of clubs. Just under 15 big blinds. We'll just move all in. 865k. You can find out all the information about the King's Resort on the website www.kingsresort.com. And believes Camille has gone all in with pocket nines. That will get everyone else out of the way. There will be another fair fight. The King Queen of Clubs a little bit behind. The pocket nines a little bit in front. And the flop, 9 in the window. Ace, 9, deuce. 98% now for the nines. The turn, the jack of diamonds. A straight draw for Johan. The river is the 7 of diamonds. Update now, Johan will be our short stack with 6 big blinds. We have a legend, an absolute living legend at the table. Mikhail Mrakesh has already won 2 events in Rozvadov this summer. I was fortunate enough to commentate on both of those events, sitting at about 32 big blinds it looks like. Brilliant player to watch, fascinating. We have a pay jump, 35 players remaining, all guaranteed €1,049. He will be one to watch. He is one to watch in any tournament, anytime, any place, anywhere. Fascinating player. Very, very accomplished. Just knows what to do in so many situations. That is why he's the 2-time champ, and the summer is just over. But the year is not over. There is still 4 more months. He will fight as hard as anyone at the poker table. He loves the King's Resort. He's always playing huge regular in Rozvadov. Mikhail Mrakesh results are definitely on their hand and mob. It's okay. Bear. It's only easy if you know the answers. I was not as familiar with that player at the start of the summer as I am now. It is back to Haas under the gun. Pocket jacks, the Jeffreys. Average stack almost approaching 2 million now, which is that stack that's in between 35 to 40 big blinds, which is just a testament to how good these tournaments are, how good the structures are, regardless of the buy-in. Another elimination, 34 players remaining now. Which means we are only 10 players away from the end of today. Good man, Irwin. This time, Pocket Kings card rack so far at this table is our Mr. Wilkins. And Haas deciding just to limp with his jacks. Interesting choice with the pocket jacks. 670k in the middle. King 6-3, 2 diamonds. Check from Haas. I'd like to see a small bet here by Irwin. Doesn't need to size up. Having the deck crushed. $360k. We'll get at least one call here from Haas. $1 million in the middle as we go to the turn. Sorry, 1.4 million. Turn is the 10 of diamonds, giving Haas a flush draw with his jack of diamonds. And check call lead should slow Mr. Wilkins down. He won't be folding, but most likely just going to call on this turn. Big pot incoming indeed. 2.2 million as we go to the river. The river is the 6 of hearts. And now for Tobias, we want to bet something really small, like 15%, 20% of the pot. As a blockerish bet. It does do just that. 410k into 2.2 million. And Mr. Wilkins is going to put the hammer down. Haas realizes he's ran into it. And he calls. I am in shock. Am I sure? Are we sure he called? It looked like he said call. What a man. What a player Mr. Wilkins is turning out to be. Not much of a tank from Haas if he did just call an additional 1.6 million. And you see it in front of you. Irwin has crossed the 100 big blind mark. 101 big blind, 6.1 million. Just incredible. And Haas left with just 10 big blinds. Johan are short stacked by a landslide with 4. Vlad with 42, Mikhail 32, Samir 30, Ricard 27, Camille 17, Ash 74. Huge pots happening here. The end of day 2 of the Benelux Classics, live from the King's Resort in Rozvadov. You can see in the top right hand corner of your screen 34 players remaining now from a starting field of 1,345. Just 10 eliminations away from all players making day 3. Coming back, last 3 tables of 8, playing for the title of the Benelux Classics, €44,800 and the €10,350 World Series of Poker Europe main event ticket. Camille full 3xing here with pocket 10s, 180k. That will get Mr. Wilkins to fold his King Jack off suit. Tobias shoving from the big blind, ace-8, spades. Camille falling the additional 390,000 more. It is the pocket 10s of Camille against the ace-8 of spades of Haas. Mikel going for a little snooze, looks tired. Must be tiring being that awesome at poker. The flop coming king, 8-4, rainbow. Little piece of it for Tobias, not the turn helping him. It's the 5 of hearts, the 10's way out in front as we hit the river. River, the king of spades. We have another elimination. Perhaps Tobias had somewhere he needed to be. He had a lot of chips. Hero to 0. Irwin. Mr. Wilkins, 101 big blinds. 33 players remaining now. Johan, ace-5 of diamonds from the cutoff. Just over 4 big blinds. Thirty-one players remaining now, which means we are 7 eliminations away from the end of the day. Johan, after getting that one through. Decision now. This is a weird one because Ricard has raised from under the gun +1. We are in the hijack with very limited to 0 fold equity. So it just comes down to, do we want to gamble with our King Jack of Spades? I think this would be a good time to actually pass. We're never going to be that far ahead here, but it is a good spot to gamble at the same time. Now Vlad, with a raise and an all in front of him, pocket nine's not looking too hot. I don't think Vlad will pass this, however. It's not looking that great. The raise coming from early position and an all in. Perhaps we could just we could click it back to about 800. I think that's what he's done. This will look very strong. Johan with the King Jack of Spades. Pocket nines for Vlad. Flop 9-8-5. Great flop for the nines. Flopping is set. Backdoor is working for Johan. Turn is not one of them. The 4 of clubs, and it's all over for Johan Mays. Will finish in 31st place. We will have a short break. We will be back in 10 minutes, folks. Don't go anywhere. We will conclude day 2 of the Benelux Classics. Stay tuned.
This October, the biggest poker event in Europe is coming back to King's Resort. 15 gold bracelets, the biggest poker names, 12 million euros guaranteed.
Will the aces hold? They will!
And it is an 8. Josef Gulash Jr., the car salesman from the Czech Republic, is the World Series of Poker Europe main event champion. Go figure.
Become the next WSOP Europe champion. Check the full schedule and book your stay now at kingsresort.com.
can now come and hang out at the King's Lounge located right next to the buffet and directly opposite the poker arena to try out some of the best shisha in all of Europe. For those of you that aren't aware, shisha is a steamed instrument that's used to vaporize and then smoke flavored tobacco. After a long day of playing at the poker tables, for me personally, this is the perfect way to unwind and relax in comfort and luxury. So why don't you come and check out the King's Lounge? Cut.
This October, the biggest poker event in Europe is coming back to King's Resort. 15 gold bracelets, the biggest poker names, 12 million euros guaranteed.
Will the aces hold? They will!
And it is an 8. Josef Gulash Jr., the car salesman from the Czech Republic, is the World Series of Poker Europe main event champion. Go figure.
Become the next WSOP Europe champion. Check the full schedule and book your stay now at kingsresort.com.
Take a seat. You can now come and hang out at the King's Lounge located right next to the buffet and directly opposite the poker arena to try out some of the best shisha in all of Europe. For those of you that aren't aware, shisha is a steamed instrument that's used to vaporize and then smoke flavored tobacco. After a long day of playing at the poker tables, for me personally, this is the perfect way to unwind and relax in comfort and luxury. So why don't you come and check out the King's Lounge? Cut.
This October, the biggest poker event in Europe is coming back to King's Resort. 15 gold bracelets, the biggest poker names, 12 million euros guaranteed.
Will the aces hold? They will!
And it is an 8. Josef Gulash Jr., the car salesman from the Czech Republic, is the World Series of Poker Europe main event champion. Go figure.
Become the next WSOP Europe champion. Check the full schedule and book your stay now at kingsresort.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the conclusion of day two, the Benelux Classics, live from the King's Resort in Rozvadov. We are running a special promotion just for the stream viewers. Use the code STREAM10 to get 10% off your order at the King's shop. You can dress like a king. You can find out more information about that and all the information about the King's Resort on www.kingsresort.com. Getting the action back underway is Ricard with ace jack off suit under the gun, raising to 160k. Excuse me, folded around to Samir in the big blind, reshipping all in for 1.8 million with ace king off suit. Nice pick up there for Ricard. Thirty players remaining from a starting field of 1,345. We are playing down to the last 24 players tonight, so just 6 more eliminations before that amount of players remaining is reached. Ash raising from early position, ace 4 of hearts, the minimum to 160k. It is Mr. Wilkins to beat at the moment, playing a stack of 74 big blinds. Short stack is 14 big blinds and everything in between. Around to the button for Samir. King Deuce plays 7-6 offsuit. Middle pair here for Ricard. Not much in it for Irwin. Backdoor spades has a pair of 2s. Goes check check. Bet of 90k will get that done on the turn. Irwin could have called one small bet. But with bottom pair, 3 over cards to his pair. Seems fine to just get out of the way. Raise from Mikel. King Queen off suit to 175k from under the gun +1. Erwin calling in the small blind with King 9 off suit. The flop coming Jack 8, 7, 2 hearts. Foot shot here for Erwin. Gell checking back. Not a good flop for his hand. Gell deciding between checking and betting. The defend from the small blind will look strong and will likely smash that flop. Checks behind. Now Erwin with the straight. Erwin will take that one down. Ash looking like a cool customer. The shades and hoodie in the small blind. Ace 10 off suit. Raises to 290k. Flat folding. Girls just want to have fun playing in the background. Lads just want to have fun too. Average stack 2.2 million. Little under 30 big blinds currently. Card shoving from the hijack with ace-3 of hearts. Look at this, Vlad with pocket kings in the small blind. Asking for a count, looking perplexed. Vlad goes over the top, gets Mikhail to fold king, queen of spades. Most likely would have had to fold that to an all-in anyway for that size. Flop, jack 5-3, rainbow. Turn is the ace of clubs, massive turn card for the card. King's needing big help on the river, does not come. Big swing. What a turn card. Very unfortunate for Vlad and his pocket kings. "29 players remaining now. Samir in raising under the gun, king queen off suit. Camille looking like he's going to defend at 7-4 offsuit here. Upcoming 8-4 deuce. Bet of 150k for Samir. Now if I'm Camille, do I want to just call? Perhaps within a small raise, or just move all in? Looks like a raise. Actually, it's just a call. The orange chips are 5k. The turn is the 9 of diamonds. Goes check, check quickly. The river is the deuce of hearts. Puts a bet together of 220k. Quickly gets Samir to fold. Irwin raising 210k as we have another elimination. 4 players away from reaching the final 24 now, and that must be playing all the players' minds. 210k from Irwin. Camille, small blind, 9-8 diamonds. Mr. Wilkins putting a bet together. 325k gets Samir to fold. Jack 9 of clubs on ace 10 3 1 club. Ricard getting a walk with ace 9 of diamonds. Two ladies for Ash under the gun. The average stack 2.4 million now. Camille A7, the diamonds in the cutoff. Round to the button for the card. All players will be aware there is a pay jump. All players currently guaranteed €1,049. 24th, 25th, 26th and 27th will all receive €1,242. This is rare. We have a player at the table saying hello. Vladislav, best of luck to you. Mikel raising 175k. You can see we've had two more eliminations. We are just two eliminations away now. 26 players remaining. As I just mentioned, all players now guaranteed €1,242. Vladislav, line 5 of clubs in the big blind. Will defend for 95k more. We will see the flop, and the flop is 10-9-5. Two pair for Vlad. Gail checking behind. It's just got worse. The 8 of diamonds. Board is very wet now. Straights and flush draws out there. 300k is the bet from Vlad. Mikhail will fold ace king. $2.5 million is the average stack now. The card with the pocket rockets from the hijack. Raising to 160k. Defend from Mikhail. Eight, 7, 6. Top pair from Mikhail could be dangerous. Most likely have a bet from the aces and a jam from Rakesh. Albeit it is a very wet board. And all in the call. Sparks. Danger for Mikhail. He's going to need help against these pocket aces, for he will be eliminated in 26th place. Turn is a 4 of spades. The river, the deuce of spades. No good from Mikhail this time. Unlucky, sir. Sure, we will see you again deep in a tournament in Rozvadov very soon. $25 players remaining now. After this long of a day, ECW King, I will be going to bed and chilling out. If I'm still in tomorrow, if I'm eliminated in 26th or 25th place, to be honest with you, I'd probably go straight to the bar. If I'm still in, Gonna go just chill out, try to get to sleep as quick as possible, prepare for tomorrow. Hit the gym in the morning if I can fit it in. Usually at this stage I'm starving and want to eat loads more food. So don't call me the pig for nothing. And then it can take longer to get to sleep, or just I get knocked out, but when I wake up I'm going to feel like shit. So strategically it's best not to start loading stuff into your stomach even if you are starving. The flop here, king 5-4, all spades. Bet from the card. We'll take this one down. Average stack now 2.69 million. All around to the button. The small blind. With Camille. We'll give a walk to the same hand. Suited. All around to Camille. On the button, ace-10 off suit. We'll just take that one down. Ace queen of spades for Ash under the gun. Raising to 160k. Mr. Wilkins, 9-8 offsuit, 80k more to see a flop. Flop is queen 4 deuce. Bet of 100k. Takes it down. Round to Camille. Ace king offsuit in the hijack. Day 3 will be commencing tomorrow at 2:30. Ash with Jack 8 of clubs in the big blind. Very defendable hand. Flop is Jack 10-7. Good flop for Ash. Gooder ball for Camille. Played it straight with a queen. Bets 130k. I think betting and checking are both fine. Turn to 4 of spades. Turn goes check, check, the river to 5 of spades. Does Ash want to go for a small, thin value? Does a top pair. Will get called by worse. Something small, 200, 300k. Max goes for 200k. Decision for Camille. Problem is he tried to get a 10 or a 7 to fold. I don't see how he was going to get a jack to fold if he was to raise. Probably best off not paying this one off. Some straight draws miss of their own. But in general, I think we have better hands to call down with. Goes wisely, get out of the way. And it looks like that could be it for the day, guys. 24 players has been reached. Make sure you tune in to see the conclusion of the Benelux Classics tomorrow, live from the King's Resort in Rozvadov. But for now, it is good night from me. I'm Dan Rankin. You've been a great audience.
Alright guys, so we already reached 24 players. We are done for today. We'll continue tomorrow 2 o'clock, okay? Now I give you the backs and the paper. Please find your name, signature and the chip count, okay? So first here is the paper. We know already the chip count and start to write down.